What's up, buddy? I got an interesting story for you guys today, and one that touches me, one that I feel personally invested in as a retro video game collector. Now, Vito, what are you talking about? Well, I'll tell you what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this worry that people have that they're going to get scammed for their items, and I think they're right to worry, especially in the video game space. We've seen companies like GameStop come in and they say, oh, come trade us your games, bring us your games. You bring them your whole game collection, 100 games, and they go, okay, we can give you $15 and a power-up gift card. And you're like, what the hell? I spent thousands on this. And they go, what can you do? That's not good. So when news of a new video game scam is going around, I'm very interested to see what has happened, what has transpired. And that's what we're going to take a look at today. Was this a scam? Was this gentleman scammed? Or maybe do people aren't putting all the pieces together? We're going to talk about it. Hit that subscribe button down there. And here's how this came to my attention. I saw this pop up in my feed. I originally saw it posted by Washington Post writer Gene Park, but this is hecka viral right now. We have almost 1,400 quote tweets, 1.3 million views. I'm seeing a lot of popular figures tweeting this out, but I believe this was the first tweet from Hasanito, also known as, well, I don't think I can read that name. He's got a very creative username. He says, I can't believe my dude got robbed in broad daylight like this. I'm crying. So I'm going to set the stage real quick. This is a trade-in situation at a local video game store. This man here is trading in some games, and we're going to hear him and the store owner interacting, and you guys let me know what you think.
Hey guys, check it out. This is Quincy. He did a trade with us today. He traded in all of this, and he traded up for the new Zelda Switch. We gave him a $700 payout. Are you happy, Quincy?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so that was Quincy. Quincy has traded in a lot of items. And when I first saw this video, I went, oh, Quincy, what are you doing, buddy? Stop. I was like, okay, first of all, we have an in-the-box Japanese Pikachu edition Nintendo 64. That's a great item. Somebody actually said they were going to send me one of these for some. I would love to have one of these. The American one was blue, which I actually think the blue looked nicer, but I wouldn't mind the orange Japanese one. Moving on from there. And they go past these a little quick. Let's see. Okay, a stack of in-the-box Nintendo games. We have a Super Mario Kart, a Mario 64, a GoldenEye 007, Super Mario 64, and Super Mario All-Stars. All great games. Definitely command some money. Nothing like super rare, but definitely all desirable stuff people want for their collection. Then finally, we have an original Nintendo Entertainment Action Set. And I was trying to see, it is a very nice condition action set. I thought maybe it had like a plastic protector over it because it's so shiny, but I guess it's just in really nice condition. Yeah. Look at that. So when I first saw this, I said, God, you traded all that for a Switch? What are you doing? The Switch, let's be real, this is the new Zelda edition Switch that came out. It's nice. Okay, it's $350. It's not cheap. But let's be clear, all the stuff on the table here does not add up to the Zelda Switch. So I was right there with him. I was like, wow, this guy got robbed. But then if you listen to the video and if you take a look here, and actually there's a link to their Instagram somewhere, maybe we'll check that out. They clarify that no. He received $700 in trade-in credit. He used some of that to purchase a Switch. The rest is store credit he can use now or later or whatever else. That's a little better. But as people in the comments are saying, here's Hasanito following up. Nintendo 64 Orange Pikachu region, $848. As Mana says, Nintendo Action Set Original 1988 goes for $4,000. So, this, again, people are going nuts. They're going, this is crazy. I actually see people saying we got to call the store. We got to get this guy his money back. You know, this is a scam like we've never seen before. Again, here's Gene Park. Gene Park, a Washington Post reporter, says, I feel sick. And he actually here's the name of the store. I don't know if he's trying to name and shame them, but here was their Instagram post that they put up. Let's see if that's getting Any comments here? You guys are assholes for doing this to him. They say for 5 minutes ago. My man was robbed, taken advantage of. This is evil. Again, the N64 is at least 500 euros. This is a horrible store. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna say, and maybe this is gonna make people upset. I don't think this was that bad a deal. Now, I think to the layman, I think a layman looks at this and they go, "Well, that's all old, great stuff. That must be worth a fortune." I'll say this: it was a good deal for the store, as it always is. A deal for the store is weighed in the store's favor. Typically, I want to say a store is going to give you about, if you're lucky, 70% of what your value is worth, because they got to turn around and sell it. There's no point. They can't give you full value, because then what's the point of them putting in their store? They're just going to sell it for what they gave to you. They're not going to make any money. There has to be, you're going to lose some money when you trade into a store. That being said, I think the amount that has been lost here is not nearly as much as some of you guys seem to think. Again, when he puts up, look at this, $848 for a Nintendo 64, $4,000 for an action set. Guys, these are unsold eBay listings. Okay, that means they're sitting on eBay waiting for someone to buy them, but nobody is buying them at these prices. Real quick, let's go through the items he had and take a look at what the actual value is based on sold listings. So again, if I just type in N64 Japanese Pikachu and I search, obviously my eyes are going to bug out of my head, because here we see, oh my god, $665. This one, $970. That's a $970 console. Guys, these haven't sold yet. Okay, these are ones that have been put up for sale, but that is not the actual market price. Let's give a perfect example. You ever hear about people saying, oh, my Black Diamond Disney VHS, these Black Diamond Disney VHS are worth a fortune. They go, if you find these in the stores, you gotta pick them up. Look, right here, this sealed copy of Beauty and the Beast, this is clearly worth $1 million. No, that just means somebody put it on the store for $1 million. It doesn't mean it's worth that. So let's go through the items and take a look at the sold listings. Now here's some sold comps for the Pikachu N64, and we're looking for one complete in the box. Here's one that ended May 1st, so just the beginning of this month, $300. I'm going to say, okay, I'm okay with $300 being the correct price for this item. This was an item that got put up. This one might, and let's be real, this is a very clean one. This looks much cleaner than his. His looked a little dinged up. The box was not nearly as nice. I'd say his, honestly, if this is a $300 one, I'm going to put the Pikachu N64 at $250. Now, again, we had people freaking out. They said, oh my god, he sold the action set is worth $6,000. Well, guys, not only is this one unsold, but let's be clear, this is listed as brand new in box, factory sealed. Now, there are certain people who collect sealed items, things that have never been touched. Look at the pristine condition of this. Yes, there might be some crazy collector out there that would pay thousands for this, but he had a used action set. Here, I'll show you my action set. There you go, action set. You know, the box is in pretty nice condition here. Maybe a little ding up on the side. If someone offered me $500 for that, I would take it in a heartbeat and just go, I'll buy another one. Because let's take a look at the sold listings. Now, prices are kind of all over the place because, honestly, these things can be in such different condition. Here we see just the box for $150, so that's a pretty good sign that this is worth something. But then again, we see one here that, you know, here's the whole console and everything. The console's a little yellowed. $178, that's not that high. Here's one I'm going to say. Let's see how clean this one is. Again, we didn't get to see inside this guy's boxes, so we don't know how nice his action set was looking. But look at this one. It's got a big crease across the front. It's got a bunch of dings everywhere. The console looks nice. It looks pretty clean. $265 winning bid. So again, I'm willing to say an action set is another $250 on average. Some go for higher, some go for less, but I'm going to say $250 is pretty fair. Now let's remember the games he had. GoldenEye 007, one going for 104, one going for 80. Let's cut the difference. Let's say that's a $90 game. Mario Kart 64, we got one for 82, one for 85. I'm gonna say that's about an $85 game. Super Mario 64, you know what? No, normally I would have thought this would be less of a game considering how many were made, but it seems people really want this one. I'm seeing a 96. I'm seeing a 120. Again, let's cut the difference. Let's use this one. Say Mario 64 is a $110 game. Super Mario Kart 70, 80, 80. Let's put it at 80. I mean, here we have this outlier at 150, but again, most of these are going for 80 bucks. You will see occasionally if somebody takes really nice pictures of it and it's in really good condition, but you also see it go the other way. Here's a, greatest hits one for 50, for 60. I'm going to say pretty confidently you can get a Mario Kart for 80 bucks. All right, and last but not least, Super Mario All-Stars, 86, 80, 70, 90. Let's say 80 again. All of these are pretty much about 80 bucks. All right, so I've got my handy dandy calculator here. Let's go through it. 250 bucks for the Pikachu N64, 250 bucks for the action set, $90 for the GoldenEye, 85 for the Super Mario 64, 110 for Mario 64, 80 for the original Super Mario Kart, and 80 for Super Mario All-Stars. Adds up to about $945. And let's even be nice. I mean, let's even add to that. Let's say the Pikachu N64 was the full 300. Let's get it up to, about 1,000. Let's say Mario Kart 64 was 90 instead of 85, okay? I'm even being nice to this guy. I'm going to say there was $1,000 worth of item there. And the store said, okay, so there's $1,000 worth of item here. We're a store, so we need to buy this from you at a discount so we can turn it around and make a profit. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you 70% of the value here. You don't have to deal with eBay. You don't have to deal with shipping costs. You don't have to deal with taxes, shipping, handling, packaging, all that. You're gonna cut through all that. You're gonna get 70% store value. And what did you get? $700. Exactly what they gave him, guys. I'm gonna say this. I think people are jumping the gun. I think people see this stuff and they assume it's worth a lot more than it is. Again, with the Pikachu N64, they go, oh my God, there's an unsold one right now for, and they 900 bucks. It must be worth 900 bucks. It's not. It's not. There's a lot of these out there. Actually, Japanese consoles, the Japanese are a lot like us. They don't hoard these things like psychopaths. They go, yeah, I don't know, I'm done with it. And then they sell it online to weird Americans. So there's plenty of these floating around. Nothing he had in that stack was particularly rare. It's all very cool stuff. It's all stuff I would love to own. But a lot of people, again, are trying to make crazy claims saying that, again, he had a $4,000 action set in there. Guys, it's a used action set. I have one right here. If anybody wants to give, I'll take $3,000 for it. How's that? I'm going to cut $1,000 off and sell you my action set for only $3,000. Can you believe it? This was a fine deal. Everybody who is throwing shade at this store, hey bro, video games, stop. You guys are jumping the gun. Okay? Now, could you get a better deal if you took it online and you sold it yourself? Absolutely. And I always tell people, we do live in an era where if you're not lazy, I sell stuff on eBay all the time. Yes, it's a pain in the ass, and if you have a lot of stuff and you really just want the new Zelda Switch, there's nothing wrong with what this guy did if he had wanted to take, some time out of his day, but maybe all the time of listing it and shipping it and selling it was not worth the extra $300 he would have made, and he was happy to just trade it off. I don't think anything bad has happened here. I think people are overreacting, and I don't think this game store has done anything wrong. But guys, let me know in the comments, was this a scam? Did this man get ripped off? Is this the worst thing that's ever happened in video game? I think this man Quincy, I think he knows what his stuff was worth. I don't think he let himself get ripped off. And I think some guys on Twitter are trying to sell you a narrative. They're trying to sell you some news. Maybe they're misinformed. Maybe they're just being inflammatory. But this was a fine deal for everybody involved. And real quick, guys, I want to remind you that the campaign for my first ever graphic novel, Super Killer, is now available on Indiegogo. We've already raised over $38,000 to make my dreams come true. This is going to be an incredible comic. A ton of fun, an awesome, hilarious, bloody superhero adventure with a ton of comedy. Guys, if you like my videos and you think I'm funny, do you trust me to write a fun and funny comic book that you're going to have a great time? Oh, look at this little robot. Look at this little robot. Don't you want him to be your friend? Oh, God, this campaign's got it all. More, you need to buy the plush toys. I understand. I understand why people aren't buying the plush toys nearly as much. It's a big risk to take a risk on a new project. But look at these. These are awesome. Sorry, I just had to look at these awesome plush toys. But don't forget, check out the link in my description. Check out my new comic book coming out soon. We got 3 different covers. We got the beautiful tentacle cover there. I don't know if I can show that on YouTube. Check it out, guys. I think you're going to love it. Learn all about the project. And again, thanks to everyone who supported me thus far. I really appreciate it. Have fun, guys. Bye-bye.